So, recap of what I did yesterday on the Firebird is I found a hood that will fit on this car finally. I was going to cut that Batman hood up there behind the truck, and I really didn't want to because that was my first ever actual win. But this Roadmaster hood actually fits perfectly. Like, it's tight all the way up to where the fenders match the hood on both sides. It comes right to the rad support. I might just leave the Buick right on there. I don't know yet, but that fits really nicely. And I've already cut it out for the stack just to make sure everything fit on there. No trimming was required on the hood. And I can get started on the all-thread through the hood on that at any time now. I got the window bar in. Now, this was a T-top car, but I welded flat bar across and then put meshing all the way across it with 4 bolts. I don't want them to think it's like reinforcement. I just want them to think it's me putting in a sunroof kind of thing. I did get the down bars in the car on both sides behind the seat. I got the gas tank holder in, welded down. Just a couple tacks that are strong, but still easily able to be removed when it's done. I got the seat welded in, but everything's going pretty good on this car. I've had no big problems, nothing really out of the ordinary as of yet. Looking at the car, I think it's going to be a very good car. I think I'm just going to have to tie the front frame up in it. I've already started pre-bending over this fender and jacking it up so it's out of the way of the tire there. But from about here forward, I think it's going to want to bend. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to want to go yet because of how the frame goes around the front suspension. But from tire back, I don't think it's going to move. And from here forward, I don't think it's going to move. But I'm just going to try to do what I do normally, which is a lot of all thread. 3/4 what I'm allowed to use. So I'll use 4 3/4, maybe even 6 3/4. Try to keep everything tied together as best as I can. And hopefully, I found some MSD parts on the internet last night on Kijiji. So I will be giving those guys calls today because when I found them it was like 11 o'clock last night. So I will find them and give them some messages, and hopefully within the next couple days I can have this motor up and running. So it'd be nice to see this thing running. I can get a drive shaft built for it, get the motor mounts welded down, and give her a go. I've never driven a Firebird, but I think this thing's going to be pretty damn good for what it's worth, which is not that much. But anyway, guys, have a good day, and I'll get those all-thread in there and do all that fun stuff for you today. All right, bye. The Firebird project. I bought myself a new MIG welder there last night, and what a fantastic job that thing does. That's all flux core. What a fantastic little welder that thing is. Anybody who needs a good welder, that Lincoln 180 right there will do any job you want. But got a lot done on this Firebird. We got the 4 pieces of threaded rod in. I'm just trying to find a good rad that fits into this car. Got a loaded bumper made it up, all welded on. No frame sleeving, nothing like that, because it's got to go to a show where they check, so everything's got to be legit on this one. Motor mounts, transmission mount, we ended up actually moving it back and redoing what we had done before, but can't really see it. Made my own drive shaft today. I had to cut about 2 inches off the stock drive shaft with the Ford transmission. I got myself a hood. It is off a Buick Roadmaster. It actually fits onto this car really, really easily. No trimming, no modifying. Great choice for a hood. Look at the piles of garbage underneath here. Now, I got underneath the car here. So there's that giant torque arm I was telling you about. that goes from the front of the car to the back of the car. I drilled 2 holes through the floor and mounted that. There's the drive shaft. Right there, you can see that I welded it with the flux core. Transmission mounts, been moved back about 1 3/4 inches, maybe 2 inches, and re-welded in. But other than that, it's all going good. That MIG welder did great work underneath here. And the Firebird project's getting farther and farther every day, and hopefully it'll be up and running here within the next day. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you guys. Curtis and I drove to Brampton yesterday and bought an MSD box. Now this here is an MSD 6AL plus a blaster, and there's actually an RPM control dial for it as well. A great buy. Paid $200 cash, all used except for this. It's brand new in the box still. And yeah, we'll have it inside this Firebird probably within the next 2 days, and hopefully I can get her started up and drive her out of the shop.